A mother and her 22-month-old daughter vanish without warning. The boyfriend's story? They're with her sister.
So, she's not with her sister. What do you mean?
Well, that's the reason that we're here, is that the family's calling us saying we haven't heard from our daughter and our sister.
But here's the twisted part. When police finally track him down, he's barricading doors and burning evidence in the woods.
I hope they will be found, and I hope we can move forward from this.
The question isn't if he did it. It's what he did to a defenseless toddler that made her mother fight back. April 19th, 2019. Jasmine Lovett was supposed to meet her sister Genevieve for Good Friday dinner. She never showed. No call, no text, nothing. That wasn't Jasmine. She'd never ghost her family, especially not her sister. Genevieve drove to the house Jasmine shared with Robert Leeming. The basement light was on, but no one answered the door. Something felt wrong. Something about Robert had always felt off. See, Jasmine had just escaped one nightmare. Her ex Robbie was violent, controlling, dangerous. When she met Robert on a dating app in 2018, he seemed like salvation, mature, British accent, stable job. But red flags were already flying. Jasmine had confided to Genevieve back in December. They'd broken up, but kept living together as roommates. Then they got back together. Then Jasmine got pregnant. She terminated it. By April, Jasmine was struggling financially and emotionally. She wanted stability, not drama. So why would she suddenly disappear with her daughter? 4 days of silence. Jasmine's mom, Kim, taped a desperate note to Robert's front door. Still nothing. April 24th, police arrive for a welfare check. That note, still untouched, but now the front window was covered with cellophane. A garden hose lay unwound in the yard. Someone had been cleaning up.
I was sleeping. I sleep with plugs in and...
Hey, but we've been here for hours and hours and hours now, hey? Banging on your door and...
Calling your phone.
His story kept changing. First, he had no idea why police were there. Then suddenly, it made sense, because he hadn't heard from Jasmine either.
So she's not with her family, but she did threaten to move out. I don't know, like 3 weeks ago, we got into a tizzy. She threw a bunch of my stuff out.
Then came the strangest part.
Nothing, like, would concern me.
Nothing that would concern you, okay?
Like, I mean, I've had people living with me before, and they move out. You don't hear
Right, but this isn't just like a roommate. This is your girlfriend.
nice small roommate, big girlfriend.
A roommate? After living together for months with her daughter? Police dug into Robert's past. The picture that emerged was terrifying. His ex-wife had accused him of emotional abuse during their divorce. He was drinking heavily, collecting guns and knives, and his temper was explosive. But the internet searches were the most chilling. One search, how to chain a dog to a tree and abandon it. He'd actually done this. Another search, a mother and child dying in a house fire. And then, on April 16th, one day before Jasmine and Aaliyah disappeared, Robert searched. How long does it take for a body to burn? April 25th, SWAT team surrounds Robert's house. When they force entry through the back, they discover he barricaded the front door with metal poles. Inside, strips of bacon hanging from furniture and stuffed in random places. Walls scrubbed clean, sanded down surfaces. The garage revealed the smoking gun. Trash cans filled with infant toys. Jasmine's prescription bottles, and her shredded passport, a partially melted firearm part. But the most damning evidence was 30 miles away at Bragg Creek. Security footage showed Robert making multiple trips to his garage. His phone data placed him at Bragg Creek around the time Jasmine and Aaliyah vanished. At the remote location, investigators found a fire pit containing a car seat, diapers, toddler shoes in Aaliyah's size, and parts of children's books. This wasn't a campfire. It was a crematorium. Gas station CCTV captured Robert buying a gas can, then getting his car meticulously washed. But without bodies, they couldn't charge him with murder. Robert was released. His life collapsed instantly. Job gone, bank account empty, house sealed by police. He spent his days drinking, claiming the world saw him as a monster.
But to know the police are calling this a homicide, to know that someone has killed a 22-month-old child.
It's crazy.
But you're saying that is not you.
Of course not. Of course not.
Then on May 5th, two men approached Robert near his home. They claimed to be criminals who understood what it was like being screwed over by the system. They said they had evidence the cops missed, evidence that could clear his name or disappear forever. Robert followed them to a warehouse. Surrounded by weapons and what he thought were hardened criminals, his guard dropped completely. He confessed to everything. He admitted to cheating on Jasmine from day one, to never taking their relationship seriously. Then he revealed the horrific truth about that April night. He didn't just kill them, he planned their erasure. After the murders, he waited until the next day to move the bodies to Bragg Creek. He soaked them in gasoline, not to burn them, but to confuse cadaver dogs with the chemical scent. He built a fire pit and burned everything that proved they existed. Aaliyah's car seat, their clothes, personal belongings. He wanted it to look like Jasmine had simply run away. In his car, he spread mulch in the back seat, thinking it smelled like decay and would mask the scent of death. Inside his house, he scattered raw bacon everywhere, believing pork smelled similar to human flesh. Every detail was calculated. Every move was planned. Then, drunk on his own arrogance, Robert offered to show them exactly where he'd hidden the bodies. That's when he learned the truth. His criminal allies were undercover cops. The bodies were found exactly where Robert said they'd be, wrapped in blue moving blankets under dirt, sticks, and mulch. DNA confirmed Jasmine Lovett and 22-month-old Aaliyah Sanderson. Both had severe head injuries. Jasmine had been shot, but Aaliyah's injuries told a more sinister story: spinal damage and evidence of sexual assault. The prosecution's theory was devastating. Robert was abusing Aaliyah when Jasmine caught him. He killed Jasmine to silence her, then murdered the toddler to eliminate the witness. At trial, Robert admitted to killing Jasmine, but claimed Aaliyah fell downstairs. The medical evidence destroyed that lie. October 2021. Guilty on 2 counts of second-degree murder. Sentence: life in prison. Eligible for parole in 22 years.
I love you girls beyond words. You know that. You're my angels. We were very close. We lived together for a little over a year. And yeah, like I say, always made me feel included, even their family.
Robert Leeming destroyed 2 innocent lives to protect his darkest secret. But his arrogance became his downfall, thinking he could outsmart everyone, including the police. But wait, Robert searched how long does it take for a body to burn on April 16th. Jasmine and Aaliyah disappeared April 17th. That's not a coincidence. What happened on the 16th that made him plan this? Comment below if you caught what I missed.